guys, good evening and welcome to this evening's yoga session. Today's yoga session is going to be focusing on our shoulders. So we will do a lot of shoulder openers, strengthening exercises. So you will feel a lot of relief in the shoulders as we work through these. A couple of things you're going to need for today's practice is our yoga blocks and a yoga strap. If you have them, keep them nearby so you can grab them during our practice. If you don't have one, we're going to do without it, and that's okay. Let's get started in a nice, comfortable, seated position. So let's sit down. If you would like to get into a lotus and you're comfortable doing that, you're going to get into this position. If you're not comfortable, you could try a half lotus, or you could simply sit with your legs crossed. Let's bring the fingers to the heart, starting with some nice deep breathing. And gently guide your thoughts to your shoulders. Relaxing the shoulders down from your ears with every exhale. Feel that air flowing in and out of your body, cleansing your energies as you breathe. And if your mind is starting to wander, you're starting to think about other things that happened during the day, or maybe are coming up tomorrow, just gently guide your mind back to where you are. Visualize that air that's flowing in and out of the body. And through today's practice, we're going to be focusing on letting go. So all too often, we have a lot of tightness in the shoulders, and it's a result of us trying to hold on too much. So today we're going to focus on letting go. Let's start with this inhale and exhale as we let go of anything that is holding us back. Wonderful. And from here, let's slowly bring our fingers down onto the legs. Your palms are facing the floor. And from here, we're going to start with a nice little stretch along the neck and the shoulders. And as we bring our ear to the shoulders, we're going to try and drop the shoulder down away from the ears. And let's hold for a few seconds. Your elbows are just hanging by the side of your body, feeling relaxed. Let's come into the center, nice deep breath in. And let's exhale onto the other side. Wonderful job. Coming back into the center, great job. Now we're going to take our fingers. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to bring our hands behind us, and you're going to grab onto your elbow using your opposite palm. So I got my left palm grabbing my right elbow, and my left palm grabbing my right elbow. And if you're not able to get all the way to the elbow, you're just going to hold onto that forearm wherever you're able to reach. But I really want you to try and get both arms behind you. And once you're here, you're going to slowly roll the shoulders behind as far as you're comfortable going. And then slowly bring your chin up towards the ceiling and hold. You could keep your eyes open, you could close your eyes, whatever feels comfortable to you. And if it's feeling a little intense on your shoulders and you don't really feel comfortable with it, you could just drop your head a little bit. See how you feel wherever you want to be today. Wonderful job. We're going to slowly come into a neutral neck position. Slowly releasing the arm out. Nice and slow. Fingers back onto the legs. Nice deep inhale here. And exhale. Wonderful. All right. Slowly bringing your chin over your shoulder and just hold in that position. Now, while your chin is over your left shoulder, you're going to try and drop that right shoulder, or whichever is the opposite side. Just stay right here. Now, the entire time we're sitting up nice and tall, so let's think about keeping that spine upright, coming into the center. Wonderful. And now slowly over to the other side. Stay here for me. Hold that position. Relax and drop that shoulder away from that ear. Even when you feel like you're not doing anything, you're still really working through those muscles. So hold and breathe. It's interesting that sometimes the most productive thing to do is to do nothing at all. Let's slowly come into the center. Roll the shoulder up, back, and down. Wonderful. We're going to start with a little bit of shoulder openers. So you're going to bring your arms out into a right angle. We're going to go into an inhale and exhale combination. When we inhale, we're going to take our chin up into the ceiling and we're going to squeeze those shoulder blades in like that, right? So you're going to look up and you're going to squeeze those shoulder blades in. While you're doing that, I want you to think about your elbow. So you're not dropping that elbow down and coming here. Instead, keep that elbow here and squeeze from this place. When you come in, you're going to slowly squeeze it in and you're going to bring your arms in into a seated eagle. All right, so that's going to be a combination move. So we're going to start one step at a time. Let's start with our arms out at right angles, sitting up nice and tall. So release that spine. Breathe for me. Beautiful. Now quick check, make sure your elbow is in line with your shoulder, your wrist is in line with your elbow. So we're not here, we're not here. Stay right here. Now as we look up gently, squeeze the shoulders back. Inhale for me. And hold that breath, hold that breath. Not exhaling yet. We're not exhaling. We're just going to hold, and squeeze those arms in close and exhale and bring those arms wrapped up and hold. Wonderful. Now, as you're wrapping those arms in together, if you're not able to get them all the way twice, like I have it, get to where you feel comfortable. But the important thing is, more than what you feel in the arms, you're going to feel it right here in between those shoulder blades, and that's where the stretch is really happening. So stay with me here. Wonderful. And gently release out of here. Coming back into our right angle with those arms. Let's squeeze, 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 and look up. Inhale for me, nice and slow. In through that nose, I want you to fill your lungs with that oxygen. Stay here for me. Squeeze those shoulders and bring those arms in. Wrap it around and hold. And while you're here, you could get back to your normal breathing, maybe a little bit slower, a little bit deeper. Really think about those shoulders, the space between those shoulders that you're creating right now, the way that muscle stretches. Let's gently bring it back. One last time. All right, you guys, you ready? Right angle with those arms. Squeeze the shoulder blades in and look up. And we're going to slowly bring it in and exhale. Stay here for me. As you feel that stretch, going on in those shoulders. Another quick reminder to stay upright with that spine. So if you're starting to slouch because this is your usual position, you want to come up, use those reminders, and what you do here in these 30 minutes can translate to the rest of your day. And let's slowly release. Nice and easy, beautiful. Bring the fingers down to the legs. Relax your shoulders away from the ears. Take a few seconds here and breathe. Wonderful. We're going to slowly change our seated position. So from here, let's come out of the position and into Virasana. You could sit in this position with your legs folded under you if you feel comfortable. If you have knee issues, you may find this position a little challenging. So if you're not comfortable, you can always sit with your legs crossed, or you could start in this position. If you feel like it's too much at any point, you could always switch. All right, now we're going to use our yoga strap. So if you have one, grab it. If you don't have one, we're going to do it without, and that's okay. All right. Now with a yoga strap, we're going to bring it behind us. And you're going to hold your strap a little outside of your shoulder width. So you should be able to see your wrists outside your hips. Now, once you have your arms holding that strap, really tug on it. Make sure you have a good strong hold. Now, straighten out those arms and then roll the shoulder up, back, and down. And then we're going to hold it in place here. You're going to squeeze those shoulders the entire time. So you want to keep it there. And from here, gently lift, 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 and hold for 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. We're going to do that a few times. All right, great. As you're lifting that arm, make sure you're not bringing the shoulders up towards your ears, yes? So we're going to, once again, roll the shoulder up, back, and down, and you're going to keep it there. Make sure you have a good tension in that strap, and from here we're going to start lifting. So lift, lift, come up as far as you are comfortable, and it doesn't have to be a specific place. Wherever you feel that shoulder working, you want to stop there and breathe. Make sure your spine is nice and straight, that you're not dropping your head down and extending that neck too much. Spine is nice and straight, including your neck. Wonderful. And we are relaxing. Take that break. We're going to do that one more time. How about that? Wonderful. Breathing in. Shoulders rolled all the way back. Squeeze those shoulder blades in. You have your strap in your arm. If you don't have the strap, you're just going to do without, and you're going to lift. If you have your strap, let's keep going. Lift as far as you're comfortable, and you're going to stay here. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Beautiful job. All right, you guys. Let's bring it over. Now, as you stay in this position, I'm going to show this from the side, but you can stay where you are. Let's bring the fingers behind us, interlacing those fingers. Once again, rolling the shoulders up, back, and down. You're going to slowly come on down from here, pulling your belly button into the spine, coming down towards the floor. Come as far as you're comfortable, and you can stop wherever you want to. And stay with your fingers. Place where you can feel your stretch. So if that is right here, you can stop there, or you can come here. You also don't need to really come with your head down all the way. If you want to stop halfway, that's totally fine. As long as you're feeling it in the shoulder, we're good. And from here, gently release that arm, coming down and into a child's pose. Bring those arms forward and stay here for me. Wonderful job. Now from here, you're going to slowly bring your knees slightly apart, not all the way to the edge of the mat, just slightly apart. And from here, we're going to come up. So your hips are over your knees. We're coming into a puppy pose from here. So from this position, you're going to slowly drop down, drop down. Let's start right here, just warming up. Beautiful. Stay there for me. Now take a few seconds to make sure your form is okay, right? Hips right over those knees. Knees are about hip width apart. And you can stay here if you'd like. You could slowly come down with your head onto the floor. And if you have trouble getting your head on the floor, you could line up a couple of yoga blocks and you can come down onto that. Now, if you would like to, you can stay where you are now, or you can get a little bit deeper. So how do we get deeper? We're going to move those arms forward and we're going to press the chest down towards the floor. Take your time with this. And with each exhale, you're going to try and press the chest down into the floor. Inhale and exhale. Wonderful job. Now we're going to stay right here. And you're going to bring one arm, placing it right near your head. So you're sort of creating a window with that arm. You're going to lay your face down onto the side here. And you're going to take your arm, bring it all the way through. Now you're laying on that shoulder. So this is the shoulder that you're stretching. This arm is just going to stay here for support. And a nice little shoulder stretch in that puppy pose. Let's stay here. Beautiful job. Reach those fingers out. Really try to lay on that shoulder so you can feel that stretch. Wonderful. Stay with me. Breathing. Great job. And let's slowly bring it back into the center. Slow, slow, slow into the center. Pressing those hips, the shoulders down. Hips are going to stay right over those knees. And we're breathing. Wonderful. Now, as you stay in your puppy, you're really going to feel that release in those shoulders. So you can try and work through it nice and slow. Just listen to how the body is reacting to your stretch. If it feels good, go deeper. If it does not feel good, you may want to come out of it a little bit. Now we're going to extend the shoulder on the other side. So slowly bringing that arm over. You can take the arm, bring it all the way to the other side. And laying yourself on the side of your head, you're going to let that shoulder really feel that stretch. And hold. And coming back into the center. One more time into the puppy pose. Hold. Wonderful job. Let's slowly walk our fingers back and coming into a seated position here. Now we're going to grab our yoga blocks. We're going to come back into that puppy position for a little bit of an intense stretch on those shoulders. So we're going to place those yoga blocks down flat on the floor. You don't want too much height. This should be good. Now with this yoga block here, you're going to bring the back of your hand onto the blocks. So slowly position yourself, coming down with the top of your arm resting on top of the block. And from here, you're going to come down into this position. Now, this is one option. If you'd like to get yourself a little bit deeper down onto the mat, you're going to place the blocks a little bit wider so you can actually get your head in between. Now, this is an option if you'd like to take it. And you're going to bring your head down all the way. Press your fingers in together. Now, as you stay here, you're going to feel the shoulders working, but maybe also a little bit in your upper back. All of those muscles, they are connected. So you're going to feel a little bit in all of the surrounding muscles. So once again, if it feels good, you want to go deeper. If it does not feel good, that's your body telling you something's not right. So get out of it a little. This is your yoga journey and nobody knows your body like you do. So listen to the body, work with it. Beautiful. Give me one more deep breath here. And slowly bringing the fingers down onto the floor. You're going to slowly walk your fingers back. And you're going to use your hands to help you come up into seated. All right, how are we doing so far, you guys? All right, let's move our blocks away. And from here, we're going to come down onto the floor all the way, belly down on the floor. Beautiful. And now we can take a nap. What do you say? No, that's not what we're here for. We're going to extend both those arms out. We're getting into a nice shoulder stretch as we come in. Now let's just hold right here. Fingers facing the floor, toenails facing the floor. Take a few seconds to just settle down here. Breathing in, breathing out. Wonderful. Now here's what we're going to do next. You're going to keep your arm as is, right? Your one arm is going to stay as is. You're going to bring your other arm, placing it right under your shoulder. All right, so place it here under the shoulder. Now with the same leg, so I got my left hand here with my left leg. I'm going to pick it up first. Now I'm going to slowly push using this hand, push my shoulder away from the floor and bringing that leg all the way to the other side of my body. Let's stay here. Now you can use this hand to push you away from it a little bit, but where you're really feeling that stretch is in this shoulder, the one that's at the bottom. Let's stay here. Wonderful job. Now this is an intense stretch right there, but it feels so good. I'm sure you'd agree. Wonderful. Relax your head, relax the rest of the body. The shoulder is the only thing that's working, so just stay. Beautiful. Now, if you'd like a little bit of an extra challenge here, you could let go of this hand, bring it all the way back, and reach it out a little bit. Now, that's an option if you'd like to take it. That's going to give you a little bit more of a stretch in that shoulder, only if you want it. And stay. Don't try to strain your neck. I do want to make sure that you're relaxing that neck because you are in an awkward position and it's easy to hurt that neck if you're not careful. So just relax the neck, let that head rest on the floor. And gently coming back in, we're going to bring that arm under the shoulder, slowly bringing our hips down to the floor. Nice, slow transitions. All right, and we're gonna stay down. Fingers on the floor, toenails on the floor. Take a few breaths here. And when we're ready, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So bring your hand, placing it right under the shoulder. Now you're going to take your foot. So I have my right hand under my right shoulder. I'm going to pick up my right foot, bring it all the way back. And pushing away from the mat, using that arm and hold. Now, much of that stretch that you're feeling is in that shoulder that's on the floor. Now, let's take a few seconds to think about our breathing. If you're holding your breath, I want you to release. Take a nice slow breath in through the nose and breathe out. And now we're going to reach the fingers back and hold. If you find this to be too intense, you can always just keep that arm where it was before. That's an option. Only if you want a deeper stretch, you're gonna bring that arm back like I'm doing now. Wonderful. And if you'd like a little bit more of a challenge, you're going to straighten out this leg nice and slow. And that can be a little extra, only if you want to. Let's gently bring it back into the center, slowly coming back in. And relax both the shoulders down on the floor. And when you're ready, we're going to slowly bring the fingers in and slowly walking it backwards. Coming up into a seated position. Wonderful. How are we doing so far? All right, come into the center for me. Nice deep inhale. And exhale. Stay here. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Now we're going to slowly walk our fingers backwards from here. I'm going to turn so you can see what's going on. You don't really have to turn. Now your fingers are going to be facing your toes. Stay right here. And let's walk the fingers back. And then you're going to slowly release the heel of the palm, or maybe your wrist, into the floor. Nice and slow. Bring your chest up into the skies and breathe, 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 breathe. Stay here for me. Wonderful. Staying right here. Now, what we're not doing here is dropping that neck over, right? So we don't want to do that. You want to keep your neck aligned with the rest of your spine. So we're not hurting that neck in any way. Breathing. You can feel your shoulders working, but that's pretty much the only thing we're working here. Yes? All right. Let's slowly release the leg. So you're in a seated position. Now, remember your fingers are still facing forward, yes, towards your hips. Your hands are about shoulder width apart, not very wide. Now, you can either stay here or you could slowly start lifting up your body and coming into a reverse plank. And we're gonna hold just for a few seconds, and we are breathing, Stay with me. Breathing in, breathing out. 3, 2, watch your neck, making sure we're not dropping it, and slowly come down onto the floor. Bring those hands forward. You can hold onto your toes if you'd like, or you could just stay right here. Breathe. Wonderful job today, you guys. All right, let's come into a seated position. Fingers to the heart. Taking a nice deep breath inside. Exhaling. Wonderful. All right, now if you take a few seconds to just think about how your shoulders feel, maybe you feel a little loose, a little lighter in those muscles. And after you finish your practice, I highly recommend drinking at least a glass of water so you could really flush out all the toxins that you've just released into your body. Wonderful job today. And as we always do, let's end today's practice with a little bit of a reflection. Think about a couple of poses that you really enjoyed today, and maybe you'd like to do that in the morning when you wake up, and maybe again midday. You've been in a series of meetings. Think about a couple of poses that you thought were challenging, and maybe something that you could aspire to work towards. Breathing in, breathing out. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you've enjoyed your practice. I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Thank you, and namaste.